Yesterday's action. So joining Andy Pascalidis at the Parramatta Stadium, Socceroo coach Eddie Thompson.
South Melbourne are almost at full strength. Socceroo Mike Peterson is back from injury. Number 7 Kim Taliodoris returns from suspension, although David Healy is injured. In goal McLaren, the back four are Mikael, Jurakovic, Blair and Fernandez. The midfield, Peterson, Wade and Wright. Up front, Butsianis, Trimboli and Taliodoris. It's the youngest and most explosive attack in the league. Sydney Olympic is at full strength again. No changes to the starting 11. One littered with international experience. Goalkeeper is Meyer, the back four Barrett, Hooker, Zelic and Bernal, while the midfield is Lee, Phillips, Ironside and Cardozo. Abassad will partner Tim Bradbury up front. Well, Tim Bradbury finished leading scorer in Hong Kong with 22 goals last year, and he's finished joint leading scorer in his first season in the Coca-Cola Soccer League with 15 goals. And I expect him to play another important role today. 23-year-old striker Kim Taliodoris missed the last 2 rounds through suspension. He's eager to prove he should have been the top scorer on his own in the Coca-Cola Soccer League, and he gets his chance today to prove exactly that. So we're underway at Parramatta Stadium. The preliminary semi-final between Sydney Olympic in the blue shirts and South Melbourne Hellas in the white, the champions, up against Sydney Olympic, a team that they have had trouble with this season. Olympic, of course, had won both league games, 1-0 in Sydney and 3-1 in Melbourne. Head-to-head, this is their 29th game. 24 in the NSL, 3 finals matches, 1 cup match. South Melbourne have won 14 times. 8 games have been drawn and Olympic have won 6. And with me today is the Socceroo coach, Eddie Thompson. And Eddie, on paper, this promises to be perhaps the game of the season so far.
Yeah, I would say it's a promoter's dream. Both teams are very attack conscious and they don't know how to sit back in defence. So I'm expecting a few goals today, Andy. And certainly with Wade and Peterson, Phillips and Ironside in midfield, this is where the game's going to be won and lost. But it should be a tremendous game.
Well, as has been the case in all the build-up to a match like this, the media have speculated. It's a hard one to predict, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you could toss the coin. The form of both teams has been a bit patchy. Probably Olympic hit a bit better form towards the end of the season, and being the home ground advantage, they must be slight favourites.
As the captain of Olympic, Hooker gets his headed clearance away. Peterson was there, and now it's with Wade. Strong challenge coming in from Gary Phillips. He claims he went for the ball. And the referee, John Fraser from Victoria, right on the spot there. Good, concise decision. So the early touch is important. And of course today, Sydney Olympic, well, there would have been some thoughts as to starting with Refanes. Cardozo gets his chance to again impress Coach Hickman, and a comfortable one for Gary Meyer, hard man to beat in the air this season. Olympic conceding 27 goals in 26 rounds. And South Melbourne conceding just one more, 28 goals. Ned Zelic, the man of the moment, you could say, in the Coca-Cola Soccer League. Finding his man in Bradbury and now Bernal. Trimboli trying to close him down. Bernal's in a spot of bother there. Great steal by Trimboli. Butsianis with him, Taliodoris in the centre if he wants him. Butsianis. Barrett keeping an eye on him. Not much support in the box at the moment. And they've won a corner on that far side. No, they haven't. No apologies there, a goal kick. And a lot of supporters there for South Melbourne today. About 8 busloads. And the atmosphere pretty electric here.
Yeah, very good. The Hellas supporters, probably the loudest supporters in the league, and that they really get behind their team, especially even when the Socceroos are playing in Melbourne. The Hellas boys are good supporters.
So an uncharacteristic error at the back there with Hooker and Zelic.
Actually, both teams look pretty nervous in the tunnel. Both teams look very... there was no laughing and joking with guys that normally do that. So it's going to be a tense first 10 minutes.
And it was much the same story in the dressing rooms before the game. As Sydney Olympic get a chance to test the goal of Bruce McLaren. Short for Zelic. He looks up. Looking for Ironside, predictably, the header was on, and just wide from Robert Ironside. That's the man they've got to keep a
hooker and Zelic to take the quick free kick. Zelic floated it in, and I mean, Ironside's a dangerous player. A beautiful ball for Zelic. Flighted it perfect. Ironside so good at the back post.
So the intention's clear from Sydney Olympic. Just over 5 minutes of play at Parramatta Stadium, the preliminary semi-final. As yet no goals, just the one chance you could say falling for Robert Ironside in the 4th minute. Zelic looks up for Bradbury. That's a beautiful ball. The touch inside wasn't effective. As Jurakovic rather queens up. Now Danny Wright. Great steal by Cardozo. Well, I tend to agree with that one, Eddie. I thought Cardozo won it fair and square.
I think the first 3 decisions have been a bit patchy. I thought Gary Phillips won the first one as well, and also the Hellas tackle. Certainly trying to stamp his authority.
Good run by Wade. The Socceroo captain sees the goal there, and it's not a bad try at all. Paul Wade so close for South Melbourne Hellas. 7 minutes in, they let him free, Eddie.
Yeah, great combination. Paul Trimboli, who's got excellent vision, laid it to Wadey, and I think Wadey putting him on his left foot, but they went to the right. This was a tremendous run by Paul. He sets up Ned Zelic, who's not the easiest guy to beat, and he strikes it here with the left foot. And I'm sure Gary Meyer was quite happy to see that one go past, but he was beaten for sure.
It's been a great game. The fans could not be disappointed today. A little bit disappointed with the crowd, I must admit.
I think it's a big stadium, Andrew. I think it takes about 30,000 to fill it, so they're probably about the 15,000 mark, I would think.
Now Saad. And again another stoppage. And I was reading a story that Abbassad was keen to impress you, Eddie Thompson.
Yeah, well, Abbassad has got all the class, all the potential to be a Socceroo, but before the Sweden games he was very ordinary. His commitment was bad, and there's no place for guys that's not committed. But he's got the talent. He's a great player.
In it comes the header from Bradbury. Not a bad free kick at all.
Tremendous cross from Abbas, and I think Timmy's just a little bit disappointed. He might have even got a call from Andrew Bernal behind him. Might have put him off.
Hooker. Timely challenge. Trimboli. A lovely ball for Butsianis. Butsianis has got Meyer to beat if he can get it on. The defence closes him down though. And was there a hand on Barrett? Claims of a penalty. I'd love to see that on replay. Was it intentional?
It was definitely handball, but whether it was intentional, that's a tough one for the referees.
I really thought Butsianis was on his way.
But tremendous work for Trimboli again.
And here it is again, Eddie.
Well, he got a bad bounce on, but he done perfect here, and he's getting his cross across. Definitely handball, but whether it was intentional.
Well, I've seen penalties given for that, Eddie.
So have I. I've seen them given for less.
Okay, the ball inside. Here comes the pile driver. What a save by Meyer. Is it been stuck away? It hasn't. And it was Butsianis again. A vicious drive from Con Butsianis. 19 minutes into the first half. The Hellas fans love it.
Fantastic stuff again there.
A good save considering there were so many players clustered in that area.
For me, Gary Myers had the best year of his career, and for me he's been the best goalkeeper in Australia. This is a world-class save through our rookie players, because Butsianis talks it, really hammers it. Trimboli's in front of the keepers.
Well, that was the chance of the game.
Wow. Butsianis hit it like a shell, Andy, and I mean, the save with Trimboli being in front of him, you must have seen it, Gary, at the last minute.
I had a talk to him before the game, Eddie, and he was disappointed he couldn't play yesterday for the Olympic team against Melbourne, Croatia, but obviously commitments on the club front.
Yeah, for sure. When finals is on, I mean, he'll get his chance again, Con.
And it's Butsianis with the corner. Myers up there, and the referee spotted an infringement. Good take by Meyer.
Yeah, I would say that, I mean, with that one, I mean, probably John could have delayed it a bit there, because Gary Meyer had the ball in his hands. Here it comes again from behind that goal. Where was the infringement?
hard to pick there, but obviously the referee's right on the spot.
And a difficult cross for Gary. He's looking into the sun, but I mean, Bones is about 6'10", I think. He looks that size anyway. He fills the goals well.
So just on 15 minutes left in the first half. We haven't seen the goals we'd expected, but you can't say that there hasn't been enough chances. As Trimboli releases Butsianis. Theodoros comes to the near post. In it comes for Theodoros! And that wasn't a bad try at all from Kim on Theodoros. Exactly on the 30-minute mark. A lovely move, and this attack again of South Melbourne causing Sydney Olympic all sorts of bother, Eddie.
Fantastic ball for Trimboli, and as I said, Butsianis is the best cross of the ball. And Kimon, it was a difficult one, but I'll tell you, don't give him too much ball, Butsianis, because he'll find the men in there.
Hooker. Ironside. Right on Ironside's heels. Hooker looks up for Cardozo. Theodoros takes Bradbury out of commission. The two leading scorers. And the fans are a little bit disappointed that Kibben didn't get booked.
Well, it was a bit of an ugly challenge, to be honest. I mean, he's not happy. He certainly could have been.
Oh, that's a bookable offence.
Well, certainly after the Bernal and Hooker one.
There's a couple of incidents off the ball that aren't pleasing Tim Bradbury.
Well, I'll tell you, if John Fraser starts booking people, he's going to end up with about 7 or 8. I mean, finals footballer, possibly one booking should have been merited so far.
Nil-nil, just on 3 minutes of normal time left. Zelic free kick. Ironside's up there again, away by Wright. Peterson. And straight to Trimboli. The numbers are coming through for South Melbourne. It's 4-on-4 at the moment. Butsianis and Phillips. Trimboli. Now Peterson. The numbers are starting to come back for Sydney Olympic. Peterson looking for Theodoros. And now Wright, what a goal! What a superb finish from Danny Wright. 43 minutes in, but the referee has pulled it up.
It's gone through the net. It's definitely a goal.
That's a goal.
It's a goal for sure, 100%.
That's the goal. It's a goal. South Melbourne are leading 1-0, but, well, it's gone through the net, but it's been given. Well, I knew there was a lot of power behind the shot. I didn't realise there was that much power, Eddie.
Yeah, well, it's not often done. The Wright's burst the net, but this time it was good.
What a finish from Danny Wright.
Tremendous finish. The volley, and he bent it with the outside of his foot, and really Gary Meyer had no chance whatsoever.
And what a great goal. They broke quickly, Eddie. They had the numbers, and the explosive finish from Wright.
That's a classic. That's a classic one. I'm sure Danny will tell his kids in years to come when he burst the net in the final at Parramatta Stadium. This was a great ball. He kept his eye on the ball and he bent it with the outside of his foot, and it bends in. Gary Meyer, no chance whatsoever.
And while that's been going on, Eddie, there's been quite a bit of lip out in the middle of the park between the likes of Bradbury, Butsianis. Paul Way doing the right thing, keeping them cool at the middle. They're leading 1-0. They don't have to be involved in things like that.
No, I mean, it's the stupidest thing. I mean, Abbas and Bradbury are experienced enough to start teasing Mickey P, but I mean, Mickey P should... His team's leading 1-0 and going very well, so why would he argue?
Danny Wright scoring his 4th goal of the season, his 42nd in a great career, which started at Brisbane Lions.
I can say without even thinking that has been his best goal and probably his most important goal as well. But I think Hellas deserve it. Hellas have been the best team, I would say. South Melbourne been the best team in the first half.
Ironside. Hooker and now Zelic. They've scored at the right time, Eddie. There's just on 30 minutes of normal time left. I'd say about 2 for stoppages.
Yeah, it gives you a good lift before half-time. It lifts the guys, get everybody going, high spirits.
Those faithful fans that have travelled up from Melbourne absolutely delighted as Butsianis gets a good header back for his keeper. Barrett was on his back. Mikhail, who's added a lot of cross down that left-hand side.
He's done very well, Harry.
And now this time clipped. And that's a booking against Mickey Peterson.
That is a cheap one, though. That's a cheap booking for me. But Mickey Peterson has been stepped up. He's been mouthing with Bradbury, and he's thought. But for me, Peterson got the ball there. That is never a yellow card. That is given because Mickey Peterson's had an altercation by Tim Bradbury.
Barrett, good closing work by Butsianis. And then Butsianis was putting the pressure right on Burnell. Phillips squeezing it inside for Lee. Hooker, Theodoris coming with him. Control letting Hooker down. Now Wright. Now South Melbourne can do the same thing again if they move quickly. Trimboli, Cardozo running at him. Trimboli, good turn inside. And, well, he's given it away. That's a surprise too.
A real surprise because he's done everything well. He's waited in the support. It's just that final pass.
Now Sard and Blair. Sard will get there. Great defensive work. And a good clearance by Taliodoris, taking the pressure away. 1.5 minutes of stoppages. 1-0 South Melbourne leading the preliminary semi-final. Hooker. Nice touch inside. And although the pass from Lee went behind Cardozo, Zelic is there though. Barrett. Good run from Barrett. Not a bad cross at all. And Fernandez was there. And the ball went out. So this will be the last opportunity, I would think. Now it's 2 minutes of stoppages. Olympic down by 1 goal.
Pushing Bernal up into the box as well, but they've tried one for Barrett.
Good closing work from Wade. Barrett, lead. Now Phillips. And it should have gone the other way, really. Zelic. He's got to get it over there. Time's running out for Olympic. Lee, the ball, not the best of balls from Grant Lee. And not the best of balls by Zelic. But that is it, though. Half-time. What a half-time it's been, Eddie.
One of the best 45 minutes I've seen this year. Both teams should be applauded. The Olympic came out firing with all guns blazing the first 10-15 minutes, but South Melbourne come back the last 25 minutes. Made 3-4 good chances and definitely deserved their lead at half-time, but a tremendous game.
So at half-time at Parramatta Stadium in the preliminary semi-final at South Melbourne, Hellas leading Sydney Olympic by 1-0. Fraser gets us away for the second half with South Melbourne running from the right to the left-hand side. And what a great half it was for the champion South Melbourne. They finished third to Olympic and Melbourne Croatia in the competition proper, but they've really proved today they'll be a real force in the playoffs, Eddie Thompson.
Yeah, they played very well. I think the change in the system with the two centre-backs and sweepers, they've looked really good.
And now Olympic get the chance to put some pressure on that goal of South Melbourne. And Michael won't have any of that, that's for sure. He's so fleet-footed, and it took the third challenge from Phillips to stop him in his tracks.
I think it's good coaching by Ferenc Puskas that when Olympic beat them 3-1, that Bradbury and Sad killed them, and now he's got two markers, both of them being picked up all over the park, and so far it's worked for him.
Well, that's gone against Sydney Olympic, which was a little bit of a surprise. Peterson. Now Michael. Brantley with a throw in. Sard. He saw Wade coming. That was well played by
tremendous
Sard.
vision.
Zelic. They need to see him pushing forward like he is now. Ned Zelic with a lovely run and a good ball inside. Wade and McLaren back at the second attempt. Well, that's where Ned Zelic really does the damage.
Yeah, when he was coming forward the first 20 minutes, Olympic was in top, and when he stopped coming forward, then Hellas went top. So Ned's really got to take the game to Hellas.
Good ball inside, and McLaren with players running all over the place in front of him. The second bite. setting off again. Peters is with him. Lee. Phillips is inside Zelic, but he goes for Bradbury. Now it's Phillips. Bradbury lines up a good shot, and what a save by McLaren! A brilliant save from Bruce McLaren 15 minutes into the second half. Tim Bradbury thought he might have had his 16th goal of the season. But McLaren wouldn't hear anything of it, did he?
Such a dangerous play, and the ball was dipping under the bar, but Bruce McLaren's having a great game so far. But Bradbury's the type of guy, there was no room in the box, so he'd come outside the box.
So Olympic are down, but they're certainly fighting. And the corner had a bit too much on it as well. That was easily the save of the game, I would think, Eddie.
It was a great save. I mean, Bradbury had to look up, and then Bruce was maybe a couple of metres off his line. He hit it and it dipped, and that's the kind of saves that make it really wins you games.
So Bruce McLaren has played every game in South Melbourne this year. He only played to do so. Putting off an important save. Phillips. Bradbury. Nice touch on for Lee. Looking for Sard. Fernandez is there. And Olympic just starting to claw their way back. They're down a goal. Preliminary semi-final. Barrett for Phillips. Too deep for Ironside. And the experience of Paul Wade showing.
Yeah, Wade realised that Ironside's a danger man at the back post, and he was quite willing to stick by him.
Ironside up. Blair's lining it up. Good header on for Wade. Paul Wade, you've got to credit his commitment today. Trimboli. Zelic, you have to clear it away because Theodoros was right there. That's not a bad ball.
Tremendous ball for Sard. Great vision. Ironside's at the back post, he could cause problems here.
And Fernandez, credit to him too for getting the header away. Ironside had already lined it up, hadn't he?
Yeah, lovely skills for Abbassad, the first time ball left.
Good turn of skills from Sard. The ball still in. No, it's been judged for a corner again. I don't think it'll be short this time. McLaren has a good look, the sun in his eyes. And Peterson didn't have to move. Barrett. Great ball for Sard. And Butsianis, was he held back by Sard? The referee says no. Bradbury and Fernandez. Fernandez away again. Fernandez having a busy game as well.
Yeah, he's done well on Timmy, because Timmy's a handful in there. He's backing into people, he's holding people off.
Too low again. The right idea, and McLaren got down because Michael missed it for the first time. Cardoso was there as well.
That was a good save by McLaren, because I mean everybody in the field thought that Michael was going to clear it. Good stuff with Bruce McLaren.
Bradbury and Fernandez and Jurakovic. Bradbury thinks he was climbing on his back.
Well, it was a 50-50 ball. He certainly hit Timmy, but I mean he did head the ball.
Sort of a bit of a deflection from Butsianis. And
Bradbury's good run again. He's held Paul Fernandez off. And we'll have a look now. He's certainly.
hard to say.
Yeah, he caught him a bit with an elbow. I don't think it merited a penalty.
Phillips. And that was a suicide ball and still is. And Hooker, credit to him. The recovery was excellent. Zelic, Sard on his right. He lines it up and McLaren got down. Well, he had to go for it from there, I suppose, Eddie.
Yeah, I mean, Ned's capable. I mean, he scored a couple of goals for Australia from that distance, and everything he hits seems to dip as well, which is always dangerous for the keeper. You see it just dipping in front of him. McLaren's done well again. But it's not an easy take, Andy.
Hooker, Sard again, the vital touch. Ironside, Bradbury, the return for Ironside. Can he get there? Was he fouled? The referee says no. Ironside looked like he would have got there first as well.
Yeah.
And, well, I don't have to say much about what Robbie Ironside feels.
I think he was disappointed.
We'll have a look here, Eddie. No.
Referee was right.
Hooker, good touch on to Phillips. He's got a fair bit of ball today, Gary Phillips. Bradbury has come back. But now Barrett. Familiar pattern we've seen throughout the season. Barrett. And again, the final pass, Eddie.
Yeah, the final pass to Rakovic's done well, but David Barrett really should have had that ball over much earlier there. There was no advantage got the byline there. And Rakovic come for nowhere again. Good defending, but I'm sure Dave will be a bit disappointed.
So another change. Michalakopoulos will probably come on for Butsianis. He's still down at the moment.
Yeah, Colin's getting a bit of cramp. He's had a good game. He's done a lot of work. But I'm surprised the referee is a bit lenient. They really should take him off. I'm surprised. I mean, he's letting Hellas stop the game here, especially for cramp.
Butsianis will no doubt be the man who goes on. It'll be quite a...
Even Ference is getting annoyed on the sideline. He wants them all.
Abbas comes over to help as well. So Michael Michalakopoulos, the number 14, comes on.
Oh, it must be a short one.
The Grantley corner. Deep. No one there except for Wright. Now Michalakopoulos. Good steal by Lee. Bradbury with a little nod on. That wasn't bad at all. And again Fernandez with a clearing kick away for another corner.
Yeah, it's going to be desperation stuff here for Hellas the last 10 minutes here. But this is cup time soccer. Paul Fernandez just take no chances.
Lee. Again aiming deep. Theodoros back there. Now Phillips and Peterson. Theodoros, it's 4-on-3 at the moment. Michalakopoulos. He looks up, he sees Trimboli. Wade is deep. If he wants to play him. Not much more. Good run by Trimboli. And he kept it in. Good work. And I just thought maybe there might have been a deflection there. There was no real concern.
Touch and go.
And that's Zelic. Great ball for Bradbury. There's the ball inside. No one at the back post except for Danny Wright for South Melbourne Hellas.
Once again, a great move in there. I mean, he went 60-70 metres in about 5-6 seconds. Released Bradbury and really... Probably Rafi or somebody should have gone to the back step.
Well, 6 minutes left in this game at the stoppages. Hooker, the deep flight of ball for Bradbury. Up was Fernandez and Ironside. A shot on the turn. Maybe he could have laid it off for Bradbury, but...
Yeah, Bradbury or Grantley, yeah, Robert. But I mean, these are
You've got to go for it, don't you?
Yeah. He doesn't know who's round about him or what's happening.
So just on 5 minutes of play left. South Melbourne leading Sydney Olympic 1-0, the champions. Hooker was up. Now Peterson. Not a bad ball, although Meyer had no real threat. Thought it was going to spin around for Trimboli. Good work by Blair because it falls now for Trimboli. Plenty of blue shirts there at the moment, though. Such a strong ball on the player on the ball, but Hooker equally as good. Bradbury. Wade keeping an eye on him.
Always had a great game today. He's been in everything. He's been covered every blade of grass. He's stormed his troops on there.
A shot by Zelic. McLaren just palming it around. It might have been going out, but he had to play it safe.
Well, once again, Ned has done it. He's hit that shot, a different shot.
The finesse with not a bad cross. Zelic was on his way too there, and it looked like it'd come off Bradbury. In the end, it had gone for a corner, so Ned Zelic getting involved.
Good thing with Steve Raffines as well. The short corner, flicked it across there, and really given a break. They could have done well.
Well, don't forget, if they equalise, it's extra time. What do they do? Very hard to say. They've had the better, I would think, of the second half. No trouble at all for
Paul Wade again. He's on the end of everything.
Look at this, Eddie.
Big trouble here. Big trouble.
Trimboli, Michalakopoulos. Will he go for it? He will. And not a bad goal from Michalakopoulos. South Melbourne Hellas have done it here at Parramatta Stadium. 2-0. The super sub doing the damage.
And once again, Trimboli setting it up again, but Olympic had to push forward. They had to take chances. But it's a good finish by Michael. I think Gary Meyer would be a bit disappointed.
Well, it's the first, really, you could say, clear-cut opportunity. Yes, Trimboli, the provider.
The classy Trimboli held it up to the last minute, and Michael hit it. Well, I think Gary would be a bit disappointed, Gary Meyer, in that one. But it still is a good strike.
2-0 and it's all over, really. There's 2.5 minutes left at the stoppages. Sydney Olympic, you can't say they haven't had the opportunities to do something today.
They've come back well the second half Olympic and really not got the break of the ball on there. But having said that, I think overall South Melbourne has been the better side.
Barrett. And it goes behind Lee. Blair. And that is it. A great day for South Melbourne. The National Soccer League champions have won this preliminary semi-final of the Coca-Cola Soccer League. 2-0. And
I think they've proved to everybody today that you don't write them off for the championship again. South Melbourne played very, very well today.
A wholehearted display. They led 1-0 at the break through Danny Wright. He scored in the 43rd. And then with 3 minutes left, Michalakopoulos, the substitute, wrapped it right up. Olympic toiled hard in the second half. They couldn't break down the barriers. And looking ahead, Eddie, Olympics prospects.
Well, full match to Olympic. They come back the first 25 minutes of the second half and never gave up, really. Didn't get really any breaks inside the box today. But I think, you know, that next week they'll come back again. Olympic will not give in.
And what about South Melbourne?
Well, South Melbourne, tremendous displays from all the way through from Bruce McLaren up to Quan Butsianis. They didn't have a bad player. I mean, the fans, everything. It was definitely South Melbourne's day today. Good luck to them.
So, scenes of delight for the South Melbourne players and their loyal fans who've travelled up from Melbourne. Danny Wright, who'd scored in the first half. Bruce McLaren, a top game for him too. They go on to meet Melbourne, Croatia, so at Parramatta Stadium. The final score in the preliminary semi-final of the Coca-Cola Soccer League. South Melbourne Hellas 2, Sydney Olympic